Sudden and devastating flooding in southeast Brazil almost completely flooded the city of Petropolis in just 6 hours. 300,000 people officially residing in Petropolis were trapped in the water. In this muddy and insane river, everything that could not resist the blow of the elements rushes through the city streets: trees, cars and people. According to local media reports, 200 millimeters of rain fell in 4 hours. The rivers overflowed their banks and rushed down the city streets in a strong stream. Water flooded the first floors of buildings and shops, demolishing everything that was poorly fixed. The matter was not limited to one flood. Landslides were recorded in several areas. Unfortunately, as a result of the violence of the elements, at the moment it is already known about the death of 18 people. Now the consequences of flash floods and landslides are eliminated by 120 rescuers. In addition to them, workers from all emergency and public services are involved. An earthquake of magnitude 6.5 hit Guatemala, according to the European Mediterranean Seismological Center. The epicenter of the tremors was located approximately 45 kilometers southwest of the city of Escuintla. The outbreak lay at a depth of 96 kilometers. No casualties or injuries were reported. Cracks in the walls of houses, collapsed roofs from some buildings, breaks in power lines. There have been reports of rockfalls and landslides. Many locals shared photos and videos of the event. At the moment, an assessment of the damage caused by the earthquake is being carried out. Door-to-door walks are being carried out. A very rare weather event has formed on Xihai Lake in Jilin Province, China. Local residents noticed that huge ice balls formed and froze under the ice crust of the lake. They were even given the name, ice dumplings. Most of all, we can observe such a phenomenon off the shores of the famous Lake Michigan or on the small Strumy beach in Estonia, as well as Lake Manitoba in Canada. But for China, this is really a rare weather phenomenon that is observed here for the first time. Moreover, these balls have grown into the ice crust of the lake. The dimensions of the largest ice dumplings can also surprise you. They reach 60 centimeters in diameter. This scene also caught the attention of many locals. They shared photos and videos online. Grasshopper and locust infestations hit South Africa. These shots of hordes of insects were shared by eyewitnesses on social networks. One of the videos shows how one of the flocks hit the windshield of a moving car with a loud knock. The situation is really critical. Several provinces of the country have been put on high alert as pests eat the crop en masse. An unprecedented invasion of locusts can cause mass starvation. The heavy rains that hit the normally arid regions of the continent created the conditions for uncontrolled breeding of insects. The situation is aggravated by the pandemic, due to which the region is already experiencing food problems. Local farmers can do nothing. They can only watch in horror as their plantings disappear. A swarm of insects with an area of 1 square km can eat as much in a day as 35,000 people. Catastrophic floods on February 16 swept the district of Ketapang in the Indonesian province of West Kalimantan. More than 16,000 people were affected. According to the Indonesian National Disaster Management Agency, the disaster affected 6 villages in the Simpang Hulu region. The depth of floodwaters in some places reached 1.5 meters. Over 4,600 households were damaged. A school and public buildings were also damaged. There were no reports of deaths, but more than 10 people were reported missing. The Indonesian Meteorological Agency reported that 79 millimeters of rain fell in the area in the 24 hours before February 16. Heavy rains and strong winds are expected in the region in the coming days, so we should expect the situation to worsen. Environmental pollution leads to a huge number of deaths worldwide. The report notes that there are at least 9 million premature deaths per year worldwide due to pesticide, plastic and e-waste pollution. This issue is largely ignored. Experts are calling for immediate and ambitious action to ban certain toxic chemicals. Existing approaches to managing the risks posed by pollution and toxic substances are clearly not working, leading to widespread violations of the right to a clean, healthy and sustainable environment. A devastating forest fire in the northern Argentinian province of Corrientes has already covered an area of 650,000 hectares, which is 10% of the total area of the region. Due to dry conditions, the fires are gaining momentum, turning the fields into a line of fire that is almost impossible to control. As a precaution, houses and hotels near the provincial capital, located 800 kilometers north of Buenos Aires, were evacuated. The National Weather Service predicts light rain over the next few days, with only 5 to 10 millimeters expected. Argentina is experiencing a second consecutive La Niña, a weather event that typically brings less rain to its central agricultural regions, which are key to the country's exports and foreign exchange earnings. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Good wind and weather.